Good morning. This is Bud McCord. It's another great day in Brazil. I'm at a retreat at a camp facility in the city of Campinas. It's about 7 a.m. and the city here is waking up. There's I think it's about 4 million people that live in this area. It's a really big city. But the interesting thing is, this is the city where Pam and I began our journey with our family back in 1979. And we landed here at the airport in this city, and our children at that time were about 7, 5, and 2 years old. Kenny was about 7, Kevin about 5, and Rachel about 2 years old. And we came into this city, and this morning, when I woke up, yesterday when I got here, drove into this neighborhood following my GPS, everything looked so familiar. And then when I got here to the facility, I realized that I'm about 1 block away from where we first lived when we came to Brazil in 1979. That was about, I think, what is that, about 36 years ago, 37 years ago? And boy, the memories started to flood back. And then I found out that the building that I'm in used to be a boarding school for American missionaries' kids. And the first school that our son Kenny studied in is about a block down the street, the American school here in Campinas. And I'm going to go over and take a look at that later on today. Wow, the power of memories. It's a fascinating thing how that I hadn't thought about this place in years. And when I drove in here and realized where I was at, where I was going to sleep last night, and the memories just came flooding back. And you know, that's an amazing thing. When you share memories with somebody, it's a powerful thing. And I wish that our kids could be here because they would be so excited. Rebecca wouldn't remember because she hadn't been born at that time, but Kenny would certainly remember, Kevin would remember, Rachel probably wouldn't have too many memories of this particular place, but it would be fun to talk to them. You know, our memories can sometimes be a real problem for us. Our memories can really hurt us at times, but they can also be great memories. And one of the things that can be a great memory for a Christian is to remember that when you accept Jesus into your life, you, in a certain very mysterious spiritual way, you begin to share his memories with your memories. There's a verse in Galatians that talks about where Paul says, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live because Christ lives in me. You know, I wasn't there when Jesus was crucified physically, but every time I see a cross, every time I see a depiction of Jesus dying, it feels like I felt when I drove into this neighborhood yesterday. Something starts to come alive in me, like that's a part of my history. You know, history is a powerful, powerful thing, and the older you get, the more powerful it becomes, and you really, really hang on to precious memories. Wow, I'm sitting here and I'm looking around this neighborhood and it's really changed a lot, but something will never change. I have memories of this place, about our little family, about how we lived here. It's very emotional and it's really exciting. You know, I wish that you could be here with me and I could tell you the whole story, but I can tell you this, that there's a powerful history for my wife and I, our children, Pam's parents who were living here at the time, history. But I'm really excited to remind you today that as a believer in Jesus Christ, the history of Jesus is your history too. And there's so much more to talk about when we start talking about our history. I hope you'll think about your history with Jesus, not just the part that started when you received Jesus as your Savior. I'm talking about his crucifixion, his life, his death, where he came from, because you've been drawn into that, and that is now your history. And by the way, he has taken your history into him, and if there are things in your history that are really negative, you know, he will heal that, and he will make new memories for you, and he will be the main part of your history. When Christ is formed in us, I think that means that his history becomes the dominant history in our lives. He doesn't erase our history, but his history becomes ours, and then we see everything differently. You know, I wish that I could take you on a little tour of this place. It's very simple. Now it's a Lutheran retreat center. It's very simple. It's been a long time since I slept in a wooden bunk bed like I did last night. But you know what? Even that brought back great memories. And today's going to be a good day. The memories are good, and we're going to make some new memories today with a bunch of great Christians here in Brazil. Hey, have a great day. Enjoy your memories with Jesus.